Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. It's Friday night. Well, I have crumbs all over, but the time has come. This video is this the end of abundance, or can we adapt and thrive? Okay, if we have to cut back, we need good beans, and we have to eat rice. We need good rice. So of all the canned beans, these are really good for making refried beans. Another good one though is black beans. So I'm just going to make a half a can because it makes a lot. So I got a half a can left. So in this pan, I fried, because it's a half a batch, one piece of bacon, and I'm going to eat that. Then I removed that and I added a little piece of chorizo and I fried that in the bacon grease. Now I have the beans in here. So these could be pinto beans. If you made the beans fresh, that would be all much better. So where's the recipe? Okay, so here's all you need. You need, well, it's supposed to be 2 pieces of bacon, a small piece of chorizo, beans, milk, and cheese. That's going to give you a really good beans. So, it's very, very hot here. Very, very hot. I hope everyone is doing okay. So tonight, I made some, oh no, what did I do? Oh no, I made some mint tea and I reheated it. So you didn't see this. But this is good if you have a caffeine problem. I wanted to mention to you guys, I'm pretty much able to eliminate caffeine with, as long as I drink something with sorbitol. So it's like the same poison, but I don't find sorbitol to be as poisonous. So now that I realize that I can get off of it, I think that's half the trick. I'd say it would be the same thing with coffee. You would find something that was, a lot of people, they go to grain drinks like Postum or something like that. You can make these as creamy or as thick as you want. For the longest time, I used a big fork, and one of the followers said, "Why don't you use a potato masher?" And I thought, yeah, that's a really good idea. I don't know why I didn't think of a potato masher. Okay, I have some powdered milk, and I'm going to add that in a minute. I like this one, 1/4 cup powdered milk, 1 cup water. So now if you add the milk to it, just a little bit, if you didn't have cheese, then, you can get by with milk. You have some dairy. If you don't have bacon grease, you can use olive oil. A lot of people use lard. And then I want to give you the good rice recipe. Here it is. So if you have good rice and good beans, you can survive. I just got this rice recipe. Okay, let me give it to you. I've been looking for a long, long time because I thought, well, if it ever comes to the point that we need to eat beans and rice. Okay, I bought this yesterday. I bought a a box full of veggies. So 2 cups rice, two tomatoes. I had those little tomatoes that I got in the salad kit. So what I did is I plunged them into boiling water and I peeled them, and then I cooked them down so they were like tomato sauce. 1/3 cup onion, I just used some. 3 whole garlic cloves, 4 cups chicken stock, 1 small sprig of parsley. See, I have my parsley that I grew. 3 whole chilies. I used my own I pickled jalapenos. Okay, now it's starting to thicken up. Let me show you. So when it starts to thicken up like this, then add the milk a little bit. Not everybody lives. I got this recipe. I had this really good customer for the longest time. And her father had a Mexican food recipe, a Mexican food restaurant by the Tecate border train station. And if you can find my Pinterest, I have a couple of, well, I have a lot of nice stuff on there. But you know, I lost my password. Okay, 1/2 cup carrot, and then I had green peas. So here's all the ingredients right here. But use whatever you have. You do need tomatoes. Okay, soak rice 5 minutes in hot water, drain and rinse. Saute onion, garlic. I used garlic powder and rice until translucent. Then add the tomatoes. At this point, I added garlic powder. Cook 4 minutes. Add stock. I used bouillon, chili, parsley, chilies. I had, you know, my pickled carrots and peas. Cover and cook 20 minutes. You know, until your rice absorbs all the liquid. So now I had bought something yesterday at Walmart, and this was what it was. So I sprinkled a little bit of that on my and then I fried 2. I'm going to make some flour of some flying saucers. And then with the other one, I have the homemade salsa. I wanted to mention these. If you can find stuff like this in the thrift stores cheap, grab it. Whoops. I've been buying stuff like that for a while, but I will be stopping now because we're going to get into how are we going to thrive until, you know, it's not what the other guy does, because the other guy could do some pretty stupid stuff. So in that case, we don't want to follow suit. So we learn how to make a few cheat meals. Oh, this is going to make life so much better if, you know, if money gets tight. Okay, President Emmanuel Macron, the President of France said, "In of abundance, major tipping point, there's a great upheaval coming. There used to be copious amounts of technology, lands, materials, including water." Okay, if there's no water, if there's no clean water, you have to prepare to evacuate. You cannot live without food and water. So one of the helpful things is to stockpile food. Okay, I bought this really good cheese for 42 cents. It is smoked Gouda with jalapeno. That'll taste good on my flying saucer. Okay. I don't eat the cheese. The cheese that has a rind, I don't know if you can eat it or not, but I don't see any reason to eat it. So I'm going to take that off. This is the best cheese. See, look. So try to find an outlet. Otherwise, lurk around the store until the things go on sale. Right. Oh, it's so much cheaper to make your food at home. Of course, really good Mexican food, you know, it is really worth it, but it's not worth it if you're going to run out of money for any possible reason. Then you know, you're going to be needlessly suffering, and your abundance may end. In fact, you may be thrown into some kind of a famine type state. Okay, so I will put my cheese, my good cheese, on top of this. And then I made salsa. Here it is. This is really, really easy to make. And I wanted to feature this because one of the things we're going to want to do is we're going to want to grow the Mexican garden indoors. That way nothing can happen to it and no one can steal it. It's been very, very hot here. It would be tomatoes, peppers. A lot of people use green peppers. I use my jalapeno peppers, onions, and squash, like zucchini or yellow crookneck squash. So, and it's important to teach your children this stuff because maybe things won't get really bad right away. Maybe that's going to be later. All right, now let me get some of this good Spanish rice out of here. I started buying a little bit better rice, and then I didn't put any salt on my rice yet. And then, so you might be thinking, well, that's a lot of salsa. That is why I made another tortilla. So I could eat this like chips. You know, like when you go out and the chips are so delicious? Well, these are my own chips. So you might be thinking, Rhoda, that looks like a hot mess. That is okay. This tastes good. Here is the, instead of chicken broth, I use this. Okay, so that is, I'm going to be doing some of these videos pretty, you know, as we go along, as the Spirit leads me. Yummy. The end of abundance, major tipping point, great upheaval. We're used to an abundance of technology, land, material, including water. So now for survival, we need food, water, gas, cash, a weapon, and heat. Okay, if we rush out and we get electric cars and they turn off the power grid and something happens, we're basically trapped. If they turn off the power grid and we have no heat and it's extremely cold, that is a bad situation. If I've seen it two ways. One, we're not accepting cash, and one, we're not accepting cards. Okay, no natural gas to Germany because of the pipeline. You know, the Russians were waiting for the Canadians to fix the parts, so now they have, you know, terrorized Germany. So it's Germany and France. So basically, it's like a trade war, and then, unfortunately, it's probably going to involve us too. Okay, so now slash spending until the end of the year. And so then if everything is fine, then you know, well, the worst thing that can happen is we're going to have some extra money. That won't be so bad. I mean, I would suggest spending a little money for Christmas. Ooh, my flying saucer looks good. Look. Yummy. Just because it's a recession doesn't mean we have to. I'll take a big bite so I can taste it. It needs salt for sure, but start reducing the debt. Okay, so I mentioned I wanted to save 20%, so you might be thinking, I can't save 20%. 4 months left of the year is 20% of the year, so if you just start slashing now, by the end of the year, you should be able to come pretty close. Store food and non-essential items. Anything that comes from China. Right now we have the Russians, and the war is not is bloody, you guys. It's really, really bad. So anything that, next it'll be the Chinese. Anything that comes from China, stock it. Okay, make good food but low cost food. That would be this. The big bags of beans and rice are like 3 times as much as they were. Maybe pick up a couple of them and, you know, have something like this every now and then. Okay, so now like start watching your small amount of money, because it's like a dripping faucet. If you put the stopper in and the faucet is dripping, pretty soon it runs all over the house. Same thing with your money. It's just like a constant drain, pulling your money here, pulling your money there. I'm not saying be miserable. I'm not saying be a miser. That's not going to last. So starting now, we want to start slashing. When they show us things are going to be fine, then, you know, we'll stop slashing. Okay, we want to do this how? We have time. No, it has to start now, one day at a time. So today I'm eating a cheat meal. I'm not suffering. I did get a watch battery because I was in the car and I'm looking at my watch and it stopped. So I got a battery. Enjoy life and get outdoors. So now about the indoor garden. Look at all the seeds I got. This is from the jalapenos that I pickled. And I put some, I think these are some kind of pepper seeds. And here is my dehydrated celery that I will be putting in some of my food. And then I'm going through and saying, okay, I've got to have some Christmas presents. And I need a couple candles and a tablecloth. And then that's about it. And also, no wasting. I want to eat my bacon. Okay, I will see you tomorrow. Start slashing. And then you can get to about 20% by the end of the year. God bless you all.